Hello my lovelies, hope you're all doing okay. So we're going to be going for another simple bow today using ribbon. This is a 25mm or 1" wide ribbon, and the thing I like about these is that they're nice, quick and easy to make. They do require sewing, but it's very simple. If you haven't watched my basics of sewing tutorial, I recommend you watch that. Don't be afraid to try sewing a hair bow, because I was like that once. I used to look at bows which needed sewing and I think, no, I can't do that. But now I love making them, and this is so easy. So we've got our ribbon already cut up, and this is 1" wide or 2.5 centimeters wide, and I've cut all 4 pieces to 7 inches in length or 18 centimeters in length. And that is all 4 pieces, and I've got 2 of the pattern and 2 of the pink. I chose pink to bring out the pinks in the ribbon. I could have picked any colour, but I just thought I like the hot pink. And this is the ribbon. I got this from AliExpress. I will link this in the description below if I can find it. If not, I'll link something sort of similar, so you can check that out. I've also pre-lined a 45mm double prong clip with some matching ribbon. And I've also got a 1 centimeter wide ribbon, and this is going to be to wrap around the centre. And I have just cut this to 12 centimeters in length. And as you can see, that is like 1 centimeter wide. So I've got that set aside, ready to wrap around the centre when we get to it. So first of all, I've got a lighter at hand, and I'm going to join my solid colour to my pattern ribbon. And I'm just going to use a lighter and just heat along that edge and then push it together, and that will just bond those 2 ribbons together just to hold it in place while we make our bow. I'll concentrate on those corners just so they hold, and then the same with the opposite end. So they're joined together like that. Do the same with the other 2 pieces. So we've got our 4 pieces joined together, solid and pattern. And then taking one of our pieces, you're just going to pick it up. I'm holding the solid colour facing towards me, and I'm just going to fold this down like I'm going to fold it in half, but I'm going to slide it across at an angle, and I'm going to have these 2 so they're lined up at the bottom here. So these 2 corners are next to each other like that, not overlapping, just next to each other. And then next I'm going to bring this side, this top one, I'm holding these 2 together like that. I'm going to bring this one up and place it around halfway and hold it together there like that, and then do the same with this one. Bring it up and lay it next to that one, and then keeping those pinched together, I'm going to flip it over, and then we're just going to check that we've got the same distance either side. Now as you can see, I've got a lot more this side, so I'm going to hold these 2 together and then slide this piece across, and I'm just doing it by eye, so I've got the same amount of distance on either side here. And once you're happy with that, you can take a needle, and I've got some double strength thread already knotted at the end, and we're just going to sew across this centre. So going in through this first corner for 1, and then coming out just next to this centre part for my second stitch, 2, just there like that, then the third one going in through this corner here, and then the fourth one coming in through where this corner is overlapping, and then the fifth one coming back out right next to this stitch here. So we're going in right from next to this stitch and coming out through these two corners like that. And now we're going to repeat the same from this side on this side. So we're going to go back up through, so it's just next to this edge, and then two more this side so it matches this side. So this is what it looks like on the front side, and then we're ready to pull that tight to form our pinch. And then I'm just going to seal off this end just so that pinch stays in place whilst we do our other half of the bow. So that's that half done, like that. And now we're going to keep this attached. Don't cut off your cotton because we're going to continue with the same piece of thread. So I'm just going to lay that down, and then I'm going to repeat all those exact same steps on this half as I did with this one, so it goes the opposite direction. So we're going to do exactly the same, holding it with the solid colour facing up, folding it down, lining up these two corners, holding this top piece in place, bring this piece up, hold that in place there, bring the other half up next to that corner so it's in line like this, flip it over, holding that together, slide that across so we've got the same distance on either side, and then continuing with the same piece of thread, again sewing from right to left, the same stitch placement, so in 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, I'm not pulling it completely tight because we'll do that once we get all the way to the end. And once we get to this end, you can then pull that tight, and as you can see, that will then bring those two halves together and then form that pinch. And then to seal it off, I'm just going to go in through the last couple of ridges a couple of times, and on this last one I'm not going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to put my needle through this loop a couple of times, and that will just form a knot and seal that end off. And now I want to bring these two sides together, so as you can see we're now left like half joined. So I'm just going to turn it over onto the underside, and then we're just going to take this half and pull that in together to join them up. And then on this last one, again, I'm going to form that knot, so I'm just going to pull it, go through that loop a couple of times, and then pull that tight, and trim off that excess thread. So this is what we've got now. As you can see, that gives a really nice crisscross shape, and then you've got the pattern showing underneath the plain and the plain showing underneath the pattern. It's just a really nice little effective bow, yet simple to make. And like I said, you can change your ribbon, you can use different patterns, go for different themes by adding different embellishments in the centre. The options are endless. Now, taking my clip, which I've already lined, I'm just going to place some glue across the top, place that underneath the centre of the bow, and then taking my 1 centimetre wide by 12 centimetres long ribbon, I'm going to place a little bit of glue on one end, place that underneath my clip in the middle, central to the bow, and then I'm just going to bring it round this side, and I am going to place a little bit of glue once I'm happy that that's in the middle, just along where this ribbon join, where the two halves of the bow join, just to make sure that that keeps it all together in place and that don't end up coming apart underneath that centerpiece. Then I'm just going to wrap that around one more time, so I like to go around twice. I probably could go around again, but trim off the excess thread, heat seal the end, and then you can just finish off with this hot glue on the end and underneath that clip. And there you have your finished simple little ribbon bow. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial. If you've got any questions, pop them into the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you for watching, everyone. Take care now. Bye bye.